Welcome to EtherLink AI Insights. I'm Alex, and I'm here with Sam today to talk about something pretty unconventional, an AI retreat in Finland. Sam, when you first heard about this, what was your reaction?
Honestly, my first instinct was skeptical. An AI vision quest in Lapland? It sounded like corporate wellness theater. But then I dug into the premise, and there's actually real science here. The gap between enterprise leaders who say AI agents are critical to their strategy and those who've actually deployed them is massive. We're talking 67% versus 23% according to recent data. So the question becomes, why aren't more companies moving forward?
That's a huge gap. So AetherTravel's argument is that the problem isn't just technical. It's also about leadership clarity and mindset, right? Tell me more about how wilderness fits into that.
Exactly. There's actual research from the University of Michigan showing that immersive nature retreats increase cognitive flexibility by 31% and improve strategic decision-making in uncertain environments. In Lapland specifically, you've got this combination of pristine forests, mirror-like lakes, and minimal digital noise. Basically the opposite of a glass conference room where most AI strategy gets hammered out.
So the wilderness isn't just a nice backdrop. It's actually recalibrating how people think about complex problems. And I love this connection they draw to the Finnish concept of SISU. Can you explain that parallel?
SISU is this idea of resilient, gritty determination. It's not flashy or hype-driven. It's patient, purposeful, and grounded in reality. That's exactly the mindset you need for enterprise AI architecture. You're not chasing buzzwords. You're building sustainable systems that actually work in production. The retreat draws that parallel deliberately. Wilderness becomes a metaphor for navigating AI complexity.
I like that. So they're not just teaching executives about AI agents. They're helping them develop the right mental framework to actually deploy them. What does the actual curriculum look like?
It's structured in 3 phases over 7 days. First, they do what they call an AI identity quest, guided wilderness exploration combined with something called the A-Mind Quest framework. Basically, you're mapping your organization's AI maturity across 3 dimensions: operational readiness, governance maturity, and strategic clarity.
So before you even touch code, you're answering fundamental questions about whether your organization is ready for this. What comes next?
Days 3 and 4 are hands-on. You're actually building a production-ready AI agent using their EtherDev framework. This isn't theoretical. You're working on a real business problem specific to your organization. They keep it to a maximum of 8 participants, so each executive gets personalized attention from an AI mentor throughout the process.
That's interesting. 8 people is intentionally small. Why not scale that up? Seems like they could make more revenue if they did.
Because the whole point is depth, not volume. You can't have meaningful wilderness-based leadership transformation and hands-on AI architecture work in a large group. 8 allows for real cohort dynamics, personalized mentoring, and the kind of focused attention that actually produces implementable strategy when people go home.
So what happens on days 5 through 7? Do they just consolidate everything they've learned?
They build what they call the Golden Prompt Stack, essentially a set of optimized prompts and workflows that your AI agent will use in production. Then, critically, they document a 90-day implementation plan. This isn't vague. It's a real roadmap with milestones, resource requirements, and governance frameworks. That's what separates this from typical executive retreats.
The 90-day plan is the bridge between transformation and actual execution. But I want to push on something. How does the location actually matter? You mentioned Kuusamo specifically. Is that just romantic or is there strategic reasoning?
There's real logic. Kuusamo sits at the intersection of 4 national parks and is genuinely isolated. You get that psychological reset from being away from your normal environment. But it's also accessible. You can reach it from Helsinki in about 2.5 hours. And here's the clever part. Taiga School, where they run it, has reliable connectivity, so you're mentally offline but professionally online.
So executives aren't actually disconnecting from their work entirely. They're disconnecting from the noise while still building their AI strategy. That's a smart middle ground.
Exactly. During the 90-day planning phase, you're documenting your AI orchestration strategy in real time with support from EtherLink's AI lead architecture team. You're not coming back to the office thinking, that was inspiring, now what? You're leaving with a concrete, implementable roadmap.
And the price point is 6,000 euros for 7 days. In the context of what these executives probably spend on consulting, that's not astronomical, especially if they actually come back with a viable AI strategy and working agent architecture.
Right. You're getting wilderness leadership development, personalized AI mentoring, hands-on technical training, and a 90-day implementation plan. Compare that to hiring a consulting firm for months to do the same thing. From an ROI perspective, especially if it actually closes that gap between intention and execution, it's compelling.
What's the governance piece? They mention EU AI Act compliance. That's increasingly non-negotiable, especially for European enterprises.
Governance maturity is one of the 3 dimensions they assess during the AI identity quest. They're not just asking, how sophisticated is your AI strategy? They're asking, do you have compliant infrastructure? That matters because deploying AI agents without proper governance frameworks is a regulatory minefield, especially in Europe.
So part of what you're building during that 90-day plan is the governance framework that lets you actually deploy responsibly.
Absolutely. Responsible AI governance isn't bolted on afterward, it's architected in from day one. That's another way this retreat differs from a typical strategy workshop. You're not just building cool AI agents, you're building sustainable governed systems.
I want to circle back to the core tension you raised at the start. Why is there such a massive gap between intent and execution when it comes to AI agents?
I think it's because AI agent deployment requires a specific combination of things: technical capability, organizational readiness, governance clarity, and leadership conviction. Most executives nail maybe 1 or 2 of those. This retreat is designed to build all 4 simultaneously, and it does it in an environment where people are actually thinking differently.
So the wilderness piece isn't decorative, it's essential to the transformation.
Exactly. Executives go into forests thinking about their AI strategy, spend time reflecting on why their organizations exist and what role AI should play, build something concrete, and leave with a plan they actually believe in. That's the alchemy the retreat is trying to create.
Who's the right fit for this? Is it CFOs, CTOs, both?
I'd say senior executives who have authority over AI strategy but haven't yet deployed agentic systems in production. CTOs, Chief Innovation Officers, heads of digital transformation, people who need clarity on both the technical direction and the organizational implications.
And they probably need buy-in from their boards or leadership teams, which is why having a 90-day implementation plan matters. You're not coming back with vibes, you're coming back with a concrete roadmap.
Exactly. That's what makes this different from a typical offsite. You can present the plan to your board, secure resources, and start executing. The wilderness experience gave you the mental clarity and the technical framework to actually do it.
Sam, if someone's listening and thinking, this sounds interesting but I'm not sure, what's the key insight they should take away?
That the gap between wanting to deploy AI agents and actually deploying them isn't usually a technical problem. It's a clarity and mindset problem. This retreat addresses that specific gap. If you're one of the 67% of leaders who thinks AI agents are critical, but you're in the 77% who haven't deployed them, this is worth serious consideration.
And the fact that they limit it to 8 participants means you're not competing for attention. You get real mentoring, real technical training, and a real plan you can take back to your organization.
That's the core value proposition. You're investing in clarity, capability, and commitment. All 3 things executives need to actually move the needle on AI strategy.
For folks who want to learn more, read the full article about the AI Retreat Finland. You'll find it on etherlink.ai. Sam, thanks for diving deep into this with me today.
Thanks, Alex. It's a genuinely interesting approach to a real problem. I'd love to hear how it works for the executives who actually do it.
Absolutely. Thanks for listening to EtherLink AI Insights. We'll be back next time with more conversations about the future of AI leadership. See you then.